wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
All right, look who's back at it, causing all that static. That's right, it's the old Fanatic. It's me, it's the Fanatic you see, coming in to someone doing a cover of the famous Elvis Presley, Can't Help Falling in Love. You know what, folks? The Fanatic does Elvis. How would you like to enjoy that one night, like the week after Thanksgiving? Put it in the comments. I used to practice them in the garage, and my mom used to be like, who was a big Elvis fan, said, "Hey, you know, you're not bad. You know, you're not Elvis, but okay, all right, you're right, Mom. I'm not. Of course not. But you know what? If I was Elvis, I wouldn't have been popping them pills and, uh, you know, hiding and bring on the fame, bring on the women, bring on the fame. Never understand that what happened to the man unless he was taken out. But enough about Elvis. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, you guys all know, if you've been here before, you guys know a Calendar Girl, cover of Calendar Girl was going to be my ticket, you know. But, again, all plans laid out. But things don't always go as planned. Again, we're not gonna beat a dead horse. Speaking of dead horses, Antonio Brown, former wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I believe one other team. Guess what? Filed for bankruptcy. Now, is that shocking to you? Because it ain't shocking to me, the way he acted, the way he shoots off his yap. Again, sometimes people like that find, you know, they seem to find their way out, but I hope not. Antonio, you had your 15 minutes. Get in the box. Oh, another interesting tidbit from the Google Today or whatever comes up on the phone on the phone feed. A lady was living in a grocery store, a sign above a department store grocery store in Michigan for a year. So the story goes, this lady lived up there. She was working and saving money, and she lived up there in the sign. And apparently there's a compartment for like the electrical stuff and all kinds of you know, whatever, storage. I don't know. I mean, they didn't show you inside. They showed the police talking to the lady, and she finally came out. It's on YouTube if you want to look. And in the comments, a couple roofers or people that fix holes in roofs and lights on roofs said it's not common, but it's not the first time it's happened. In fact, one guy said there was like 2 or 3 people with little like pup tents and that, like making it bigger, 2 people living together. I mean, and then they finally, so I'm guessing this lady, someone saw her and they said, okay, you know, all right, you sure? And then I would assume if she was working or did leave the roof, someone went up there from the company and opened up the sign and saw like whatever her belongings, and then the police came. Now, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's better than being out on the street. And she was, like people said in the comments, she was safe, no one's going to attack her and whatever, assault or whatever. So, you gotta give her a kudos for that. I mean, it's sad. I mean, homeless is sad unless you're, a drug addict or a drunk that doesn't want to, if you really are struggling, you're making like minimum wage and you have nothing, you have no one, it might be tough to get a place. So, take that for what it's worth. I mean, I was found that very interesting. I was like, wow. But you see what happens. We got things going on that, you don't know about. So next time you're a little down, and here's the therapy. Here's this little piece of therapy. When you're a little bit down and you're a little struggling, with what what you have or don't have, think about people like that. Pick up your spirits a little bit, or tune in, go back and watch the Fanatic from start to finish. That's a good Memorial Day weekend. If there's any rain or you're bored or whatever, or you can't sleep, maybe the Fanatic puts you to sleep. Listen to the Fanatic from A to Z. And while we're at it, hit the like, subscribe. Don't forget this. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. If you have enemies, tell two. Can't hurt. I mean, it is what it is, folks. I'm going to have my little chance Memorial Day weekend coming up. Sunday, the annual party. You don't have to know all the details. Going to see some people I haven't seen. Try to turn them on to the channel and tell them to tell a couple people. A friend of my friend who's throwing the party. It's like my brother, like my little brother. But his big brother, we're friendly, but we're not friends like me and the little guy, the young guy. I'm going to talk to him because we're mutual friends with the Tukamani, the Tukster. Shout out to the Tukster. I know you're not listening, or you're not involved, unless you are and I don't know about it, but I'm going to tell him to tell you about it. So, Tukster, if you find us out, hope everything's good. And a couple other people are going to pop in, old friends, acquaintances, and maybe, add a few more. I mean, we're everywhere. We're in Florida. We're in Cali. People in Boston, I hope you're still with us. You're still watching. I mean, we're everywhere. I mean, a lot of people ain't subscribed. I don't know why, but it helps me. It could help me out. Get this ball rolling and maybe make the Fanatic what he should have been. Who knows? Or maybe Fanatic's what he is. It is what it is. Like I said, Memorial Day weekend's coming up. Enjoy the weekend. Unofficial kickoff of summer. I'm expecting a hot summer, folks. I mean, again, they said it was going to be snowy this winter. We really didn't get much, but and the Farmer's Almanac and weather, the sophisticated weather said it's going to be hot. Well, it is what it is. It is summer. If you live in New Jersey, it's hot in the summer, cold in the winter. What are you going to do? If you don't like it, I mean, if I couldn't do that, I would, but get out of here. Whatever. I mean, like I said, you get older, you lose contact. This is, call on the phone, text, this thing, the channel. It is what it is, folks. The summer plans aren't set. The vacation plans aren't set. And we'll find out, shortly, because I'm getting at work. When are you gonna be off? Forever. I hit the lottery tonight. Forever. Hope for him. Pray for me. Oh, Memorial Day weekend. It is what it is. If you got nothing to do, go to the movies, call an old friend, email, Facebook. Some of these might be lonely too. You never know. I mean, things happen. Again, I'm not going to rehash old times and you know, Memorial Day weekend. Make it what it is. Make it what you want it to be, folks. And we'll reconvene on Tuesday after Memorial Day, you know, tell you how everybody's doing. Congratulations to my niece for graduating college. Now you got to get a job. I don't know. I think she's going into some kind of business. Best of luck. Her parents are on the, you know, they're both successful. She'll be all right. But as a shout out, I'm gonna shout no one else out. Start shouting out this guy right here. I'm not gonna get too excited about the Rangers' loss, but it's a good start. I mean, if there's a hockey god, do this guy a solid. Get rid of the blue shirts. We'll see what happens. A lot of Yankee fans are starting to get a little perky, but it's only May. BT and Sal, a fan, bunch of clowns. The other guys on the ESPN, Michael Kay, the Yankee lover, and Big Don LaGreca, the former Hawthorne, Don Bosco man, Ramapo College radio man. I emailed them a couple times. I don't know if they ever see it, but said bring the Fanatic on. They hate all New York teams. Donnie knows who I am. Donnie knows me. We played soccer together. We played baseball against each other. In fact, we got together at last time we saw each other was at the little bit memorial for Big Doobie's father up in his sister's house in Haledon. So Donnie, shout out from the Fanatic, the Stark brothers, if you're watching. We all, you know, we played soccer together when we were younger. Baseball against each other. We know each other. I mean, I think me and one of the Starks was on the midget league together. But we know each other for years. Those guys, man, they got a life. They got the life. But let's turn the page and get into the Badlands and Blue Murder, 1989. Commercial metal, hair metal, whatever you want to call it, starting to wean out. People are getting tired. Brittany Fox, Tiger Tails, you know, these guys are all copycats, but not Blue Murder, not Badlands. Blue Murder consists of John Sykes on guitar and vocals. John Sykes, for those of you who do not know, wrote the songs with David Coverdale from Whitesnake 87, Whitesnake 87, all those big hits, Crying in the Rain, In the Still of the Night, Is This Love, Here I Go Again, he didn't write, but he played on it, Crying in the Rain, you know, it goes, that whole album was good, Straight from the Heart, Straight Through the Heart, Straight from the Heart, I can't remember, Whitesnake. Quiet up, Mercedes. I got my cat crying and moaning over here. Blue Murder, Tony Franklin from The Firm and another band, I can't remember that. They were like a poppy band, a little fusion, whatever. But The Firm and then Blue Murder, the Fretless Monster, Fretless Bass. Great sound on that guy. Great sound, great talent on that guy. And the legendary Carmine Appice, or Appice, because Vinny Appice from Dio fame, Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, Last in Line fame, Vinny Appice says Appice, Carmine says Appice, whatever. Carmine Appice, legendary drummer, did in fact he'll if you ask him, he'll tell you he's the one that really wrote the whole song of Rod Stewart, Do You Think I'm Sexy? I don't know, Carmine. I guess you got writing credits, but I would think Hot Rod had a lot to do with it. But Blue Murder, what an album from start to finish. Oof. And they might have made a mistake with the big long anthemy, little heavy little proggy rock, Valley of the Kings as a single instead of Jelly Roll. But every song on the album's good if you like rock music, blues. There's blues based. Pick it up, listen to it on Spotify, listen to it on YouTube. Blue Murder. Then Carmine and Tony Franklin, of course, John Sykes, Head Case. They say they're on most of the second album, Nothing But Trouble, and it sounds like they're playing, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the bass player that took over has the same kind of sound, Marco Mendoza, so you never know. Some of the drums don't sound like Carmine, his style, but I mean, he didn't play every song the same, so who knows. But those are good songs too. Those are more commercial, more pop friendlier, with a little, with some edge, little acoustic. Nothing But Trouble. That's a one's hard to find, but it's on YouTube. And then Sykes has a bunch of albums with just under Sykes, and some of the songs are good, and some of them are, trying too hard, maybe grunge in effect. Check them out if you want. I mean, Sykes, that's what it is. And Badlands, Jakey Lee from Ozzy Osbourne fame. They kicked him out, whatever. Sharon and Ozzy kicked him out. Formed a band with Ray Gillen, a short stint with Black Sabbath. Good, really good voice on Ray Gillen. Died of AIDS. I mean, who knows? Probably messing around with a girl, or who knows, or shooting needle. Who knows? I don't think Gillen was. But whatever. He's gone. Good singer. Eric Singer later of Kiss fame, drums, and Greg Chastain, bass. He, like I said, bass players Alicia Sheehan or Geddy Lee or Steve Harris or Tony Franklin for that matter. I always forget about him. He's just there, keeping the low end, the bottom, following along. But he does his job. Badlands, the first album, is good, man. That's another one, cut to cut. Dreams in the Dark. That's a little Ozzy flair. High Wire. Woo! That one smokes from start to finish. Ball and Chain. Man, I didn't write everything down. The one, Cry Freedom. That one's near and dear to. Ooh, I love that song. Listen to that one. Eric Singer left. They got a different little bit of style. You can tell, similar, but you can tell, not as spacey. The second album's good. Whiskey Dust. Last Time. That's the one everybody heard. That was a single. Then they were working on a third CD, but the times were changing, folks, called Badlands Dusk. And you can find it. It's not finished. It's not polished. It's all right. It's listenable. It's not great. Then Ray passed away, and everything came out that Ray was having unprotected sex and didn't care if he gave people AIDS. So the guy was a good singer, but he was a really if it's true, he was a scumbag as a human being. But that doesn't mean, look at all those rappers, P. Diddy, they're all lowlifes and people like them. Yeah, if you like rap, you like what they're doing, fine. I don't think it's art form. I don't think it's music. But again, Ray Gillen, great singer, scumbag. Who knew? Lawrence Taylor, great football player, scumbag. Who knew? Mike Tyson, great boxer at the time. I mean, did he fight people who really were afraid of him for whatever reason or weren't that good? Who knows? But he was considered great at that time. Scumbag. But Mike always finds his way. He's always, I don't know what. I mean, maybe God feels sorry for stupid people and animals. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna go on a Tyson rant, but like I said, everyone figured great boxer, but low life. All right, enjoy the weekend. UFL doesn't really mean anything this weekend, but if you want to watch, if you haven't given it a shot, wait till the playoffs. I mean, you want to watch it, watch it. Again, the Usyk, you guys all know what I feel, how I feel about that. How did he beat that monster? But that monster's, I don't know. He never impressed me. He cried about it, oh, depressed. Fury, ride off into the sunset if you really don't want to fight. Give Wilder the chance. But Wilder, again, like I said in the last video, do you really want it, or you got enough money? Because if you really want it, you go out there and throw those big rights and put whoever you're fighting this Jing Jang away in June. And we'll talk about that some other time. Please be careful. Don't drink and drive. I mean, Fanatic, all right, yeah, I've done it. Who out there knows me, knows I done it a couple times. Everyone's done buzzed, but don't do it. Get somebody else, have one drink, whatever, or let somebody else designate drive, or call you Uber. It's not worth it. You lose your license, or God forbid you get in an accident. So, please always remember and never forget, opinions are like, you know what, except for mine. Fanatic, waiting for the weekend. Salute. See you Tuesday.